Yeah, how do we turn this? How do we get this? What's up, guys? This is the rundown of the month, where we bring you South Asian sports stories right to your living room that you might not have heard about. So without further ado, Miguel, let's get into our first story. No, that's not Josh Smith. That's not Josh McRoberts either. That's in fact the high-flying former Stanford Cardinal talent Josh Sharma. After being a Pac-12 All-Conference honorable mention in college, Sharma has actually taken his talents overseas, playing in the BBL. No, the other. It's the British Basketball League. Sharma has made quite a splash across the pond with a few highlight reel dunks in his first season with the London Lions. Currently, Sharma is averaging 8 points and 5 rebounds, playing alongside former NBA talents like Sam Dekker and Kosta Koufos. But it seems like he's just getting started. I think Sharma is definitely a name to watch out for this coming winter.
Hey guys, Nikhil Mehta here. Our second story is about Aston Villa. But before that, check out my hair. Isn't it great? If you ask me, the next story should be about my hair, how fluffy.
What are you doing?
I was just, I saw the camera and I was testing.
Yeah.
Sorry
You're on that side.
Yeah, I'm on that side. Yeah,
like that.
Beautiful hair, by the way. Everybody. Talks
Yeah,
about
hey
it
man.
here.
My car, by the way, you said I had to put money in the.
Yeah, I heard things.
Just for parking right now. I just checked this out.
Yeah, somebody told me and I just figured I told you. Yeah, no.
You ready to do the second story?
Totally, yes,
Okay.
yes, let's get into it.
Cool. That actually will get us into our second story, where we're going to keep it in the UK. 2022 actually marked the first year of the South Asian Football Initiative, an initiative in the UK to get South Asian footballers playing at the highest level. Although there have been a few marquee players playing for their respective club's first team, South Asians still remain significantly underrepresented at football's highest level. That being said, one young prospect seems to be garnering a lot of attention abroad. That's right, Arjan Raikhy recently featured in the starting 11 for Aston Villa in their most recent exhibition matches against Chelsea. The 20-year-old center mid has been with Aston Villa for the past 2 years, but has spent much of that time loaned out to lower tier clubs in England. The recent call-up is promising though, with some people comparing the 20-year-old's playing style, his tactical ability, and his passing prowess to Spanish midfielder Sergio Busquets. This may bode very well for Raikhy's game, especially with Aston Villa's newly appointed manager, Spanish manager that is, Unai Emery. You know, what's interesting, Miguel, is, I feel like I had a run where I thought maybe I could have gone to the Premier League.
Hey, Nikhil, I actually have your stats up here right now. They're on the screen right now too. Yeah, it says right here that you didn't even score that many goals.
Yeah, I was a defender though, so a lot of stuff doesn't kind of like pop out.
You were a defender, okay. Well, it also says here that you guys got 40 goals scored against your team in one season. That is unheard of.
Are we sure this is me? Because here's the thing. Nikhil, very common name, so it's kind of like the Mike of the subcontinent. So it's just not me. It's just not.
So you're saying Nikhil is a common name in Ohio?
You know what, man? Let's just discuss it later. Let's just table it. Let's discuss it later. Our third story is going to take us to the United States, where this season actually marks the first time that 2 Indian women will suit up for Division I basketball programs in the NCAA. That's right, Harsimran Kaur and Sanjana Ramesh are 2 players hailing from India who have been playing for their respective schools, Northern Arizona and San Diego, hailing from academies in India. And this season you can catch them playing for their respective colleges, Northern Arizona and San Diego on the West Coast. This is hopefully a positive trend in the right direction, especially for players hailing from the subcontinent, where ultimately there have only been 3 Indian women basketball players who've played at the Division I level, and all 3 have featured for their respective colleges in the past 4 years. All this new talent too is letting me know, hey, maybe we need a TBT India Rising Women's edition here soon. We'll keep you posted on that one. Our last story is what everybody has been talking about and what everybody's been tuned into. That's right, the 2022 FIFA World Cup just ended in Qatar, with Argentina defeating France in penalty kicks. That being said, one of the unavoidable stories from this year's World Cup is the South Asian influence on the games. South Asians were hired on as rental fans featured in parades, and most importantly, many South Asian workers were literally brought in from India, Pakistan, Nepal, Sri Lanka as slave migrant laborers. Thousands of South Asians died making the stadiums for this year's World Cup, and as a human being, we have to acknowledge that is completely messed up. Also, as a soccer fan, I'm like, how didn't we qualify for the tournament? That being said, when we look at FIFA, money, power, and influence, sports has never really been that moral. That's why we have to put pressure on it to make a better version of the game. The last World Cup was in Russia. This one's in Qatar. They let the Olympics be held in China. I mean, what's next? The spelling bee in North Korea? At the end of the day, this will go down as the most politically charged World Cup thus far in my lifetime. I mean, Morocco flew the Palestinian flag, Iran protested their own tyrannical government, and teams from across the world stood in solidarity with the migrant workers that died to build the stadiums for the games they were about to play that day. I mean, sports does, at the end of the day, bring people together. I mean, for the first time, I saw countries across the Arab world stand arm in arm supporting Morocco. Who knew that was all that was needed to bring peace to the Middle East? To round it all out, it was an interesting World Cup. There was a lot of entertaining matches. And by the end of it, Messi did bring home a trophy to Argentina. So congrats again to him. Which, Miguel, I mean, I'm sure you're kind of happy about that. There hasn't been a Latin American team in a while to, you know? Guys, that concludes our second rundown. If you have any more South Asian related sports stories that you think we should cover next, please leave a comment below.